The construction sector is said to serve as the backbone of any developing country. In a rapidly growing country like Ethiopia, expanding and strengthening the sector is given priority by both the government and investors. The development registered in various sectors of the country demand more than ever the involvement of a large number of contractors and consultants in the sector.
Construction industry is one of the fast-growing sectors in Ethiopia, especially in Addis Ababa. There is a great demand of construction, and as construction grows, it demands the capable contractors and strong construction capacity.
The demand for a large number of professionals, especially in the capital Addis, has led many investors to put in their financial and professional input into the sector. A large number of contractors are registering a remarkable success, especially in the housing projects that is launched in a large scale.
ያሬድ ኮንስትራክሽን ከተመሰረተ በቅርብ ጊዜ ነው። በርግጥ ሆኖም ግን ብዙ ኮንስትራክሽን ስራዎች ላይ ተሰማርቶ የሙያ አስተዋጽኦ እያበረከተ የሚገኝ ድርጅት ነው።
As you know, the government has given a feature, so this year has been good for those engaged in the construction sector. It has not been long since the establishment of Yared Construction. However, the company is engaged in various construction activities around the country. It is performing construction works in Gambela, Jimma, Mekelle, Woldia and Addis Ababa. As you know, the government has given a feature, so this year has been good for those engaged in the construction sector.
The construction sector of the country that seems to be growing along the buildings that are being erected around the country has so far enjoyed the support of various stakeholders, one of which is the Addis Ababa Housing Development Project Office.
One of the objectives of the program was also to strengthen the construction industry and to build the capacity. At that time, the number of the there are no as such available contractors and also the consultants. So within these 8 years, we have done a lot to strengthen the capacity of the industry, and now we have a good available of contractors. Even in the housing development program in Addis Ababa, we have more than 2,000 contractors and about 32 consultants.
የኛ ማህበር የደረጃ አንድ ክላስ 1 ኮንትራክተርስ አሶሲዬሽን የሚባለው እና ከተጀመረው
Our association is known as Level 1 Contractors Association. It's been a short while since establishment. Prior to this, there was another association which has dedicated much of its time to political activities rather than professional. As the majority of large-scale construction is done by Level 1 contractors, we decided to form an association free of political affiliation.
The reform measures of the association has looked at not only the professional aspect of its contribution, but are also looking at the ethical questions raised by its members.
የስነ ምግባር ጉዳይ ሁላችንም የሚመለከት ነገር ስለሆነ ሁላችንም ከስነ ምግባሩ
The issue of ethics concerns us all. In order to move forward in this sector, we have to get rid of unethical behaviors. We are working with the Ministry of Works and Urban Development and other stakeholders in this regard. This is an ongoing process which we all have to take part in.
For the performance of the contractors, generally, we have seen that our performance is increasing from time to time. But when we see to the individual performances, it differs from contractor to contractors. So some contractors will finish the construction within the limited period of time as the schedule and the plan. We want to encourage those contractors to perform according to the schedule, according to the quality.
እኛም በዚህ ዘርፍ ላይ ተሰማርተን በኮንዶሚኒየም ቤቶች ላይ በመካፈል
We have been selected based on our performance in accordance to the government's project to construct 4 and 7-floor buildings. We have been assigned to build 7-floor buildings. We have managed to finish our assignment ahead of time. The reason for this is our system. There was no electricity or other form of infrastructure at the site when we started. What we did was bring in generators and encourage employees by giving out incentives like overtime, and the result is great.
The very reason to perform according to the schedule is their motive, and it generates from their outlook. Some believe that this project is vital to the society, and they will believe that they are contributing to the society, and they want to sacrifice more. The good performers are they have developmental attitude, so that they sacrifice their time. They usually work on their site, and they control their workers, and because of that they perform well.
The contractors that are engaged in the sector are not just benefiting themselves but are employing numerous contractual and permanent employees. The large number of people who are leading their lives of this particular sector are thankful of the life-transforming employment opportunity at various levels.
በዚህ ስራ ላይ ባለሳሳት 14 አመት አካባቢ 14 15 አመት ሆኖኛል በዚህ ማለት ተስማራው ስገባ ግን ይሄን ያልቆያለው በያላሰብኩም ያው ረጅም አመት
I have scored almost 14 years in this job. I didn't think I would have been here this long. Right after I come from my hometown, I started out as a day laborer. I learned some skill which I supplemented with some formal education. Now I'm working as a foreman.
መጀመሪያ ረዳት ነበርኩ አልኩሽ ከዛ እንደዚህ ስሰራ ያው
At the beginning I was an assistant acquiring some skills and recognition of our supervisor Abebe of my keen interest he told my seniors to show me more things and leave me do certain tasks by myself and now I have improved a lot and is doing a lot of things by myself
ወደ ኮንስትራክሽኑ ትንሽ ሙያ
I used to work in another sector but I decided to join this sector to acquire some skills. I have now counted over 2 years in the field as a farmer. The construction job is much better than the previous job I had. In this sector, if you do a good job, you would be rewarded equally and change for the better. I started out as a timekeeper, then I became a foreman and now I am the project manager of this site.
As described by the employees of the site that we have visited, one can clearly observe that the job opportunity has changed their life for the better. The incentives provided by their respective companies have made them better employees of adequate ethical standards. Many workers that started out as a daily laborer are growing in skills and lifestyle and are hoping to one day become contractors themselves.
ኮንትራክተሮች አሉ የሉም ብቃት ያላቸው አሉ የሉም ይሄ ነገር ምንድነው አሁን
To answer the question whether there are enough contractors or not, every nation is given to the sector starting from education. That is attracting a lot of potential contractors. Changes have come in this sector. Now, not every work is done by the foreigner. There are plenty of Ethiopian contractors that can do the job.
ተማሪዎች ልምድ እንዲኖራቸው ወደ ሙያው ከመግባታቸው
To equip the graduating class of technology students with the necessary skills, we assign 4th and 5th year students to contractors during their break time. The selected students travel to various regional states with their mentors while being paid a modest salary. This is among many schemes the association has designed to develop the sector.
The demand for the contractors and in fact capacitated contractor is growing high from time to time as the construction industry is booming in our country. So when you see the demand, it tells us to work hard to strengthen the capacity of the contractors. So with regard to the housing development program, one of the objectives is to build the capacity in the construction of the industry. Now, we don't have a problem on the availability of the contractors, I mean their numbers. But when you come to the capacity, in order to meet our demand, we need to work more to capacitate them by giving training programs, by capacitating them with the necessary machinery, to avail the necessary machinery, and even to work on the professional development so that they might compete in the national or regional, even international level.
ይሄ ያው እንግዲህ ከድርጅቱ ባለቤት ያገኙት ተሞክሮ ነው። የድርጅቱ ባለቤት አቶ ያሬድ ተክለመድን ጠቅላላ ስራ
I got my management skills from the company's owner Ato Yared Teklemeden. Whenever he comes to the site, he gives us advice on what kind of work style the workers should follow. The easiest way to accomplish a job systematically, starting from carrying a barrel. If you don't encourage a worker by working side by side and promote them to the next level based on their performance, you can't get much job accomplished.
ትርፍ ሰዓት በመጠቀም ፕላስ ቱዛት ደግሞ ትርፍ ሰዓት ስልሽ
We take advantage of our break time. When other companies work for 8 hours, we work for 12, 13 and sometimes 24 hours based on our company's schedule, because we are paid for overtime work. Were it not for the shortage of materials, we'd have finished our assigned jobs months ago ahead of the allotted time, but sometimes we have to wait for housing agency to provide us with materials. Our company believes in using the necessary technology to finish with quality and schedule.
የተለመደው የድሮ ትራዲሽናል አሰራር መተው አለብን ብለናል። ከዛ
We all have to get rid of traditional work style. We have to follow the system of modern world. If you follow that path, there is no stopping us, not China or any other country. We are using our manpower. The main difference is our working system and machinery deployment. We are working to fill in the gaps. By providing trainings and necessary machinery, we have a lot of contractors who can accomplish any task at any level.
እንደውም ከሌላው ዘመን እስካሁን ካሉ ዘመን
Compared to the previous years, This year has been a successful one. There is a longer improvement in the construction sector. We used to be idle where we sometimes couldn't even afford to pay our rent. The daily workers that you see here, if they don't get a daily job, they will go hunger. But at this time, no one is sitting idle, and they are saving their money, planning their future. So this year has been good for those engaged in the construction sector.
Everyone can improve and change for the better if they work hard. We have to stop our obsession with recreation hours and work through our spare time. If we motivate our workers and delegate them with a responsibility, we will achieve our goals in accordance to the allotted time. My future plan is to get married and have children, become a contractor myself, and create more jobs for workers like the ones that I supervise now.
My plan is to work hard and get promoted, and even if I can build my own home register with the housing agency for condominium house and educate my children, which will take them to a higher level.
According to the grading of the government, we are now at the second class for the coming year. We want to grow to become class 1 contractor, which would enable us to take part in road and other forms of construction. I believe all stakeholders have to be responsible while constructing. If we all work together for a common goal, the growth would accelerate.
The construction sector that is vital for the development of the country is registering an encouraging result so far. The stakeholders that are taking part in the industry have shown their commitment to change the image of the country in the construction sector. The professionals are confidently voicing their potential to construct any design or task that is put forth, and they have also reiterated their commitment to sustainably develop the sector so it can become competent in the regional and international market.